What's up, guys? It's Jason over here at Cog Hill Farm, and this is the Cogcast Podcast. Now, this is the replay. You're watching the replay here on YouTube. It originally aired on Sunday, and if you want to catch the podcast when it comes out, you have to check it out on Sundays, and it comes out on the streaming sites where you can listen to podcasts, and that's iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, and we're now on Spotify. So if you want to catch it when it comes out on Sunday mornings, check out those places. Otherwise, if you want to watch it here on YouTube, then you're in the right spot, and you'll catch the replay on Wednesdays on Podcast Wednesday. But guys, I'm glad to have you. So let's just get into this, and let's get started with the podcast.
Say what?
Get ready. Buckle up. It is time for the Cogcast Podcast with your boy, Jason Smith, a.k.a. the Dancing Farmer. What's up, guys? It is Jason over here at Cog Hill Farm. I am glad to have you. This is episode 6 of the Cogcast Podcast. Sometimes that's hard to say. I'm getting kind of used to it, though. This is episode 6. I'm so glad to have you. I hope you're having a wonderful day and have had a wonderful day, and I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. And I'm so excited. This is episode 6, and this thing's going well. I've had a lot of great feedback, so thank you guys. And we are still on Goat Watch 2018. We have not had babies yet. Bo Peep is bigger than ever. We thought she may be in labor today. She was laying around a whole bunch, and then she was laying down, had her legs all kicked out, and my wife and daughter just knew she was in labor. I kind of didn't think so. I thought she just may have been laying that way because she was just uncomfortable, and she that just made her feel as comfortable as she can get. She's pretty big now. She's getting bigger. I actually thought it was just going to be one baby, but now, as big as she is, she looks like it may be 2 babies. But this is Bo Peep's very first time of having babies. It is our first time of ever having a goat having babies. So we are super excited. We're super nervous. We do have another doe. That is Bootsy. Yeah, I'm sure most of y'all know who Bootsy is, and we want to breed Bootsy, but we want to see how this goes with Bo Peep. Is this thing going to go smoothly? Is it going to something happen and just scar us, and then we'll be too nervous to do the same thing with Bootsy? I don't know. But we want to wait until Bo Peep has her baby, and she's not going to make it another week. There's just the way she looks. I just don't see it happening. She is pretty big. She is pretty uncomfortable. And so I'm thinking any day now, she's going to have a baby. So we're still on Goat Watch 2018. We will definitely keep you guys posted if we can videotape and document it all. We'll get that up and let y'all be a part of it. You just don't know. Maybe we ought to set up some kind of camera system or a baby monitor down there. Do any of you guys do that? It's I don't know quite how far that is. A couple of 100 foot. Maybe 300 foot. It'll be less than 300. 300 or less. I wonder if one of those baby monitors will work. My wife did mention the baby monitor, and we do have an old baby monitor back when me and Carl was a baby, and I don't know. Maybe we ought to stick that down there. But I don't know if we'd get anything done during the night. We'd be constantly checking that darn baby monitor to see if Bo Peep has indeed had her baby or is in labor. We wouldn't get any sleep. So, I don't know. But we're still on Goat Watch 2018. And hopefully we will have a new baby goat kid running around here soon. But we did order a milk stand today. I thought about building a milk stand. Of course, that would have been the cheaper route and the simpler route. But I went over there. I've been to Terry at Old South Goat Farm several times. And she's a goat guru. She's a Nigerian dwarf expert, one of the most well-known Nigerian dwarf breeders in the Southeast. And she has this one. Now, she does have the stationary wooden ones inside her milking shed or milking house. But she had this one that folded up. And I think she takes it on trips with her when she shows her goats. And I just like the way it folded up. We're so limited to space here. And I could fold that thing up, hang it on the barn wall. It wasn't super heavy. I could take it and use it to trim hooves with. I could put it inside in the little goat area and trim hooves with it, or whatever we need to do with it. Or we can put it in the house and milk in there with it. So we went that route. We actually won it on eBay today, matter of fact. So hopefully that thing will be here probably within a week or so, and we'll have our milk stand. Well, no, we got a long ways to go though, but we're going to get there. We're going to get it figured out. But I guess first we need some baby goats. We need mama to have the baby goats. Another update, if you've been following along on the podcast, I said last week that we were whittling down some of our laying hens, and reason being is that just we really we've always had a bunch of chickens. We've always sold the eggs, and we're expanding everything here. We got pigs now. We got the meat chickens now. We may have turkeys this year and do meat turkeys this year. We've tossed around other ideas. We do have a doe meat rabbit right now that is a silver fox. We're in, right now looking for a buck. And we're talking with a restaurant possibly about rabbits. And we've tossed around quail. So there's a lot going on, and honestly, if y'all dealt with eggs, there's just, it's a lot of, it's not that much money involved in eggs, and 90% of the time, especially the way we do it, we don't have, we didn't do it to make money. We didn't do it to make money. We keep them, our chickens free range. We don't keep them locked up. And you barely break even if you do break even. And so we decided just to whittle down our chickens, have enough chickens for us and a good friend of mine. And that's it. So we have been selling our laying hens. And as a matter of fact, we've sold a good many of them. And I mentioned that, I may mention this before. I had somebody ask me one time before, what do you do with your laying hens when you think they're older or whatnot? These laying hens are not that old, really. Probably around 3 years, the oldest. They're still laying fine. We got heritage breed chickens. They're not like the hybrids that start declining when they hit that 3 year mark. The heritage breeds don't do that. So typically what we do is we sell them. Now, a lot of people may say, well, why don't you process? Well, we already have meat chickens. We got plenty of chickens, so we can sell them, and you can sell a laying hen typically for $10 all day long. Now, that's not a whole bunch of money, but, if you were to process it, you wouldn't get near that for it. So $10 ends up being pretty decent. You do get some money back. But we've sold a good many of them. We have sold a good many of the laying hens, and we are down. So I think we got about 20 more to go. Hopefully we can get those 20 more out in the next couple of weeks. Fingers crossed. And we do got some young ones coming in. Not many, but we like to stay somewhere around 12 chickens, give or take 10 to 15, somewhere in there is what we're looking at. And that would be plenty of eggs for us. And I got my seeds in this week. I made my seed order this week, and I got my seeds. I'm getting antsy. It's getting close to time to plant here.
Sowing the seeds.
And I plant. I don't plant, here in the southeast, and it may be the same elsewhere. I don't know. But the most common time to plant here is after Good Friday. As soon as Good Friday's over, people are hitting the nurseries and the garden centers and everywhere that next Saturday. And that just seems like that's what everybody thinks when they should plant. And I've been taught by my grandfather is he always told me to plant when the pecan trees bloom. He always said the pecan trees know when the freeze is gone. And so that's what I've always done when the pecan trees, I said bloom, I meant budding out. When the pecan trees start budding out, that's when I start planting. Typically, I'm a little later than everybody here, but I never get bit by any freezes, I can tell you that. But last year, the pecan trees budded so much earlier than they have in the past. It may come early again this year. It might. But if it does, I'm ready for it because my seeds came in. And let me tell you what we're going to plant this year. I got a few things that I have never tried that I've always wanted to, but I just haven't yet. But, typical herbs, basil, parsley, sage, just herbs in general. I did get a new herb this year that I've never grown before, but I kind of grew it for the flowers more than anything. And also I heard it makes a good cover crop, and that is borage. I guess that's how you say it. If I'm saying it wrong, y'all please excuse me. But I do have some borage this year, and the new things that I'm planting are ground cherries. And I got the Kozak pineapple ground cherries. I've never grown ground cherries before, so I'm super excited about growing these, and I think we're going to love them. Another thing new that I got that I haven't grown before, that I tried to get last year and I couldn't find it, and that is the roselle. Anyway, it's hibiscus is what it is. The Thai red is what they call it. But it's hibiscus, and I love green tea, and so I'm super excited about this, that I can grow my own tea. I just love green tea. I love jasmine, and I love the roasted rice. That's my two favorites right now. Another new one that I'm growing this year, we love southern cowpeas. That's what we call them here. But that's your black eyes, your pink eye, purple hulls. And I'm going to grow pink eye, purple hulls, but I save my seeds every year on those, so they're in the freezer. I got plenty of pink eye, purple hull seeds in the freezer. But I'm going to do some zipper cream. I want to say queen zipper cream, like the band.
In a white room with black curtains.
We just love this here in the South. I don't know if y'all have ever had it before, but it's just a great southern cowpea, and I'm super excited about these. So we're going to do a bush snap bean, and I got Blue Lake bush snap beans. And so I'm going to try these this year, and I'm going to plant these in my raised bed garden. I got some flowers, some Monticello poppies. I got my daughter's favorite, and that is cosmic purple carrots. She absolutely adores cosmic purple carrots. I had planned not to plant any cucumbers because we usually use them for pickles, and we had such a huge cucumber crop last year that we have so many pickles. But I know my daughter loves pickles, and I definitely dropped the bomb and didn't get the Mexican gherkins. I guess that's how you say it. But I found in my seed box that I had leftover lemon cucumbers. So I'm going to grow these this year in a small area. And then we'll have cucumbers. I'm going to grow okra. I have Alabama Red, and I have an okra that my grandfather gave me. They're in the freezer. I save my okra seeds every year because they're so easy to save. And so, what else? And tomatoes. I don't do tomato by seed because we typically only do, 6 to 10 plants tops. And trying to start 6 or 7 or 8 tomato plants by seed and take care of them and then transplant them, I just go buy 6 to 8 or 10 tomato plants. It's just way easier for me. That's just what I do. And typically I like the of course I like the old heritage breed, heirloom tomatoes. And my favorite tomato is the Mortgage Lifter. That's the one I like. But I'm looking for the Abraham Lincoln. If I can find that one this year, I'm definitely going to plant that one. But going to plant the Mortgage Lifter, going to plant the Cherokee Purples. We had talked about, I guess you've seen some of my videos about the market garden and that we were going to start, selling stuff at the market. And we're kind of watching, somebody came in and kind of did it before I did. And so they got a jump start on us. And there was one grocery store that said that they would be more welcome to sell our product in. And we've been watching him, and he was going to do the same exact thing we were going to do. And it's not doing that well. So we're still going to watch that. But instead of the market garden like I had anticipated, things change. Things always change around here. I'm going to just plant a huge garden of cowpeas. That's my plan. We love them. We eat them all year. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to continue to monitor this guy's market garden and see if this is something that we can jump into or maybe change up and maybe grow something else. I just so limited to space. My idea was to grow the market garden and just have the raised bed garden for us. And then I got a little spot. I did a YouTube video on it. I did a new little garden area, and I put the electric poultry netting around it. And I planted some pink-eye purple hulls in it last year, and I planted them kind of late, but they still did well. We got a good many out of them. So, and my grandfather gave me, well, I take that back. He let me borrow his old 75-year-old pea sheller, but it can stay here permanently, and if he needs it, he can come get it whenever he wants. So I'm borrowing his pea sheller. But I am super excited. That's what we're going to do this year. So where I had the market garden is still covered up with the black tarp. So I don't know. We have to check out what weeds are going to be like this year. I'm hoping this is going to help with my weeds since I've had it covered up. It hasn't washed, so I know it's helped with erosion because it's on a hill. I think I may continue to do this and treat my garden this way. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cardboard the rows this year. I didn't do that last year. I would just cultivate it when I had time. But this year I'm going to cardboard the rows. So that's what I'm saying I'm going to do. So fingers crossed that works out. And I think the cardboard may help with erosion too. I don't know. We'll see. Everything's an experiment around here. Everything's an experiment. Trust me. And you guys, if you're listening and you get nervous about stuff, whatever, don't be nervous. You got to try different things and you've got to experiment with stuff. But that is what's happening this week here on the Cog Hill Farm. But let's get into the news segment.
With a Channel 4 News exclusive.
In the news, this is the In the News segment. And this one caught my eye because the headline was Monsanto dropped lawsuit. And I was like, Monsanto never drops lawsuits. So what in the world is going on here? But come to find out that Monsanto's being sued, or not. Well, I think they are being sued by some farmers about Dicambia. Is it Dicambia or Dicambia? It's a herbicide, and Monsanto has a soybean that is not affected by this herbicide. So if you buy a Monsanto soybean, then you can use this certain herbicide, and spray it on your soybeans, and your soybeans won't be affected, but all the weeds will die. But what's happening is that herbicide is drifting over, and it's killing trees, it's killing other farms' crops, it's killing farmers that are not using Monsanto soybeans. So it's this whole thing that's going on. And of course, Monsanto is blaming the farmers, saying that they're not using it correctly. If they used it correctly, this wouldn't happen. So, Monsanto says, not our fault. It's not our fault. Imagine that. I find this kind of ironic that when this poison is drifting over to another farm next door, Monsanto blames the farmer that's spraying this stuff. But yet, if Monsanto seeds, if you have a farm next door that's using Monsanto seeds, and it somehow, a bird or the wind or anything like that, and that seed drifts over to your property, then Monsanto can sue you for copyright infringement. Go figure that. But anyways, the state of Arkansas had banned this herbicide, okay? And so this soybean is no good if you can't use this herbicide. So Monsanto was suing the state of Arkansas. But the state of Arkansas has a law in the books, which is in the Constitution, that you cannot sue the state. Let me read the law to you. It says, it turns out that Arkansas has a sovereign immunity clause in the state constitution. This means that, barring a few exceptions, the state cannot serve as a defendant in court. This weird law was only recently upheld by the state Supreme Court with a case over wages. And the judge in the Monsanto case simply followed suit. The clause has become a major issue in Arkansas. Just as an example, a state employee cannot sue their employer, because they work for the state, for ill treatment or abuse because of this law. How crazy is that? So on one hand, this law sucks, but on the other hand, it didn't because Monsanto had to drop their lawsuit. And Monsanto never loses, that I know of. Hey guys, this is the end of the podcast. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I hope y'all have a wonderful week. And as always, guys, y'all be good. And be sure to go check out our first sponsor, ramheadsupply.com. And don't forget to use CHF4 to get the discount and free shipping. Guys, we love y'all. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good.